Hi, I'm Connie Iden-Mons with Party Animals of Nashville, Tennessee, and today we're going to show you how to make a beautiful and elegant picture frame that you can use for your private and corporate events. Begin by using 3/4 of an inch PVC piping, or what we refer to as electrical piping. We mark the piping on the same side with a Sharpie around where we want to use the lamp stands. Mark both ends approximately 1 inch in, and in this case we used a 4.5 foot piece of rod, or 50 inches. We begin by using a smaller drill bit to drill the hole into the pipe as a starter hole. The lower pipe will have a drill hole all the way through both sides of the PVC. We then increase our drill bit size to the 1/2 inch. Note that in order to make it larger, we are using the drill bit and wiggling it around to accommodate the lamp stand better. It's okay if the drill bit hole is a little bit bigger than the lamp stand itself. It'll slide up and down nicely on the pole, and having balloons at the bottom, it doesn't matter whether it's taut to the pole or whether it's loose. For the top part of the picture frame, we start by drilling a starter hole through the top of the PVC, and we're only wanting to drill through half of it, not the whole pole like we did for the bottom part. We use a starter hole and then we use the 1/2 inch drill bit. Remember that we're using the drill bit to make the hole slightly larger to accommodate the lamp stand, but we're not drilling through the entire pipe so that the lamp stand fits in securely. You can see it nests in there very nicely and sits on top. Slide the first piece of PVC down over the lamp stands and place accordingly. Once again, it's okay if it's too big and slides loosely because the balloons will hold it in place. We started by using 6.5 inch quads at the bottom. Notice that we did them in black and placed the poles directly on top of them. From there we marked the PVC in the center. We did this because we wanted to start building from the center of the pole. We created the flowers first by creating a 3 inch bubble or a 2.5 inch bubble, and then a 4 to 4.5 inch bubble, and twisted those together. We repeated that step again and again, bringing it back to the center to create a flower that resembles the flower on the damask balloons. We want to create 5 petals using this technique, but you're certainly welcome to create 6. Once the petals are created, adjust the flower to where all the petals are in the positions that you want them, and break off the end of the balloon and wrap in the end to secure it. To create the center of the flower, we used a underinflated 5 inch balloon that is in the gold color to add a little bit of accent. We inflated it to 1 inch and tied it into the center of the black flower, wrapping the knot end around. To add additional texture and color, we made spirals coming out of each flower. For this, we used a 160Q balloon and rolled the end around, securing it with a U-glue dash. You can use any adhesive that you'd like. We prefer to use the U-glue dash because it is strong and holds this securely. We came down about 8 inches. Using the other end of the balloon, measured where we wanted the next spiral, measured it off, twisted the balloon, broke off the remainder, and tied it off. From there, we cut off the additional bit of the balloon and once again used adhesive to secure the scroll. It's okay that the scroll is not on the opposite side of the balloon because we will be twisting it in half and you can adjust it accordingly. Once that's complete, divide the 160Q in half and simply slide down between some petals of the flowers. It doesn't matter which petals you slide it in between. I put 3 on top and 2 on the bottom in this case. And adjusted it to get the look that I wanted. From there, we wrap the frames in Qualatex damask balloons sized to 6.5 inch. We make a quad where one of the balloons is replaced with a 12-inch quick link that is sized to 6.5 inches as well. Following that, we did a quad of damask balloons on either side and a second quad of damask balloons on either side. Then we used another set of quads with a quick link, and finally another quad. On the corners, to make it even, we chose to use a single duplet. This allowed us to have the appropriate spacing to make the balloons flat enough to continue going up the frame. As you can see, we're continuing up the frame with one of the quads having the quick link, a quad with just damask balloons, a second set of quads with just damask balloons, and then another one with a quick link. Again, we followed that up with the damask quad, another damask quad, and at the corners we decided to use a different treatment to make the balloon sit flat again. So we chose to put in 2 pairs of duplets, this time one that's pushed to the outer corner and one that's pushed to the top. This allows us to cover the frames and actually make the balloons even so that as we add balloons to the top, they sit evenly and properly. From there, we add another quad of the damask balloons. And we treat both sides the same way. We add another quad in with the quick link balloon on both sides. And in this case, we add a pair of damask balloons and a second set of damask balloons where the middle group then has the quick link. At this point, we're able to attach all the flowers using the ends of the quick link simply by tying them in and adjusting. We're placing them around the frame and alternating the directions of the spirals on the balloons to fill the corners. Note that you can add additional embellishment if you like, as shown in the picture with feathers. And the frame is complete.